Some wounds aren't inflicted by shouting. Sometimes, the softest whispers in a quiet bedroom can fracture a heart so deeply that the echo lingers forever. I told him, "You're not my first choice, but you make the effort." And with that, the effort stopped. He didn't argue, didn't raise his voice. He just gathered himself and left, as if I hadn't just split his world open with a smile. "I'm Marissa. I'm 29. And before you decide I'm some heartless villain, hear me out." I didn't say those words to wound him. I said them as though they were praise, as though he should be grateful I'd chosen him at all. Maybe that's where my flaw lives, in the belief that people should feel lucky simply to exist in my orbit. I met Adam half a year after my engagement to Derek collapsed. Derek was the man everyone expected me to marry. He was tall, magnetic, charming, and successful, the kind of person who could draw a crowd just by speaking. But charm wasn't the only thing he carried. Hidden deep on his laptop was a folder crammed with proof of another life. Messages, photographs, connections I had never been part of. When I confronted him, he didn't deny a thing. "You've always known I wasn't built for just one woman," he said. It took months to dig myself out of the hollow his betrayal left behind. Then Adam appeared. He was everything Derek wasn't: soft-spoken, dependable, grounded. After only our second date, he already knew how I took my coffee. He carried a spare phone charger in case mine died. He asked about my day and listened like it mattered. With him, I felt secure, but never electrified. I didn't rush to answer his texts. My stomach didn't flip when he kissed me. I convinced myself that was a good thing, that love didn't have to be a wildfire, that maybe a steady warmth was enough. 2 months in, he told me he loved me. I didn't echo the words, not because I didn't care, but because I wasn't sure if I cared enough. Still, I stayed. I told myself that feelings could grow, that one morning I might wake up and see him the way he saw me. That morning never came. But guilt did. It lodged in my throat every time he told me, "You're the best thing that's ever happened to me." It pressed on me when he made plans for our future, when he looked at me like I was his world, while I knew I couldn't look back with the same devotion. One night, we lay in bed. He had just spent the weekend helping me repaint my apartment, not even complaining when the color I'd chosen turned out awful and we had to redo a wall. He was exhausted, streaked with paint, but still laughing. Then he said, "I'd do this forever if it meant waking up next to you every day." I looked at him, really looked, and instead of returning his love, I offered the truth, believing that if I said it softly enough, it wouldn't cut. "You know you're not my first choice, right?" He blinked. "What?" I stumbled over my own words. "You're my second choice, but you try really hard, and that means something." Silence filled the space between us. I tried to patch it with reassurance. "That's a compliment, Adam. Most people don't even try, you do. That's why we work." He didn't respond. Just nodded once, turned over, and switched off the light. The next morning, he quietly packed a small bag, took his laptop, and said, "I think I need some space to think." I let him go, assuming he'd come back. He always came back. But this time, he didn't. Days passed. Then a week. I sent one text, no reply. I called, straight to voicemail. Panic crept in, and so did the realization, maybe the man I believed would never give up had finally stopped trying. A friend mentioned she'd seen him at a coffee shop downtown. She said he looked different, lighter somehow, more sure of himself. He wasn't alone. A woman sat across from him, laughing easily, leaning in close. I asked if he looked happy. "No," she said. "He looked free." That's when I knew he wasn't coming back. Because, for the first time, he had chosen himself. Love isn't about relentless effort alone. It isn't about proving your worth to someone who never saw it in the first place. It's about being chosen, completely, without hesitation, without comparison, without being someone's backup plan dressed as gratitude. Adam gave me all of that. I gave him uncertainty, gift-wrapped as honesty. I told myself that telling the truth made me noble. But sometimes, truth is just cruelty in a nicer outfit. And now, I sit alone in this apartment. The paint on the walls, still peeling in places where he helped fix it, stares back at me. I miss the way he used to say, "Good morning," like the day itself had been waiting for me,